Good morning, welcome to week 28, summary of the Lucy Letby trial. Now, I've got various notes with me because quite a lot has been happening in court this week. So, Letby was giving evidence. Things that have happened this week, we found out that Letby said she was very concerned that one of the babies was left alone on a trolley with no connected monitor. Child G collapsed and Letby called for help. G was vomiting, struggling to breathe, and the vomit was far away, and Letby said that she'd never seen anything like this before. So child G started to turn blue and wasn't breathing, and they started support. Letby said that G shouldn't have been on a trolley, shouldn't have been unattended behind a screen, and shouldn't have been without the monitor. Now, a lot was made about the photos that she took of cards that she sent to the parents, and she said she took photos of what she'd written inside just to remember what she had said and what had happened. She denied that there was anything wrong with conducting various Facebook searches and said it was normal to do this, and she had messaged her colleagues to say that she thought the unit was completely unsafe. So Letby said that she thought some of the deaths were caused by mistakes by her colleagues. For example, she talked about how child D, there was a delay in giving child D antibiotics. One of the children also didn't have any fluids for 4 hours. Child D's nurse was on a break when child D collapsed, and then Letby was involved in resuscitation attempts. The prosecution also said that, they asked whether she was trying to blame other people, and she said that it was actually 4 consultants who were partly to blame, and they were pinning everything on her. So she denied that she was enjoying what had been going on, and the prosecution barrister, the KC, said so it was a gang of 4, which kind of felt like he was putting words in her mouth because she hadn't mentioned that it was a gang. So perhaps that's a little bit of a misleading phrase. So really, in summary, I mean, the staffing levels she felt were unsafe. There were 16 babies. That was the capacity of 16 babies, and there were actually 18 babies there. With child H, she wanted some support from somebody more senior and was actually commended for her work that she did on child H. Social media searches, as we said, a lot was made of that. Child G, Letby just reminded the court that child G was born very prematurely, and that it was her and another nurse who had heard her vomit in court. Now, cross-examination, the KC asked her why she hadn't cried more in court, and she was like, well, I have cried. And she said that was, simply untrue. And we have, if you watch some of the previous videos, you will see that she has cried in court. And the KC said, well, you're crying about yourself when we talk about yourself and your old life, but you're not actually crying for the babies. And Letby denied this. With child E, she agreed that too much insulin had been given to child E, but that had not come from her. And she denied that the items and notes kept are significant. Remember, she had a lot of medical handover notes. And the KC said, did it give you a bit of a thrill? And Letby said no. So the court finished a little bit early on Friday, and then the jury are due back on Wednesday. So it could mean that there are some legal issues that the barristers and the judge need to talk through on Monday and Tuesday, or it could be that the judge is involved in something else. But yes, the jury return on Wednesday for week 29.